I think that for certainly anybody over about the age of 40, you really have to think about hitting 30 grams of protein at a minimum, 3 to 4 times a day.
Lee, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about these shakes. You're boss of shakes, so explain to our viewers like how to be a boss themselves, and what are these shakes? Why are they so important to the protocol? And what's the secret?
Shakes, or in my definition, meal replacements are phenomenal for a couple of reasons. One of them is they're super convenient. And it's easy to build a really impressive nutrient-dense meal replacement in a blender. And for most people, they taste good. So the challenge is to come up with something that makes sense for your palate. Mm-hmm. But in terms of nutrient density, I would say that most people like them. Most people can find something about it that they enjoy. I think it's easier at certain times of the year to adopt a shake habit, right? In the dead of winter, it can be a little bit more difficult. But with shakes, the way, I always review with patients, how are we going to stack a lot of nutrient density into a shake? So typically that starts with some sort of protein powder. I'm a big stickler for the even distribution of protein over the course of the day. I think that for certainly anybody over about the age of 40, you really have to think about hitting 30 grams of protein at a minimum, 3 to 4 times a day. Again, depending on body mass. And I would say shakes are the same as meals. They're going to look different for everybody based on where you're starting, where you're going, what your body mass looks like, how much you train. The timing of shakes can matter quite a bit. So I would say as a general guideline, you want a significant source of protein. Collagen-based powders there's a lot of evidence to suggest that they are the least inflammatory for patients, whether that's a bovine collagen derivative or marine collagen. My protein powder of choice, right? These can be whey powder, which is my protein powder of choice. I think they offer the most impressive amino acid profile. There are pea protein combinations with rice protein for people that don't want anything that's animal-based. So I think those are the big 3: collagen, whey powder, and then a pea and rice protein combination. Some people will opt for egg white based protein powders, but I think at a minimum you're looking at 20 grams per scoop of what you want to put into the shake. If we look at what else we can stack, collagen is a great thing to put in regardless of what the protein powder is. Now, collagen is not a complete protein, but it's phenomenal stacked on top of something else. I see. So what does collagen do? It helps with hair, nails, skin, and leaky gut, right? It helps to repair the gut. I like on top of that, in order to really optimize synthesizing and the assimilation of collagen, we need vitamin C. So that's where fruit comes into play. So I really like to limit fruit consumption. I'm not a huge proponent of fructose in the diet. Half a cup. Again, depending on body mass, you may have the latitude to put 1 cup of fruit. I like organic fruit, ideally, and berries, which are, low glycemic index plus high in vitamin C, right? So that's a boon. You've now got protein, collagen, and now you've got the thing that's going to open up the gateway for assimilating collagen in high vitamin C and fiber, right? And you're also adding a little bit of carbohydrate. In terms of fluid, you have a bunch of options. A lot of people like just water in the shake. Some people like non-dairy, right? That's where your almond milk, coconut milk, combination of both come into play. Oat milks, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like the fact that they come from grain. Some people like using coffee as a base for a shake.
Oh, really?
Tea for the base of a shake I've had people use. Again, you have a lot of latitude with these shakes. Good source of fiber would be a handful of spinach, handful of kale in the shake. And, I'm also a big proponent of creatine. 5 grams of creatine to work up to that dose to support muscle mass, cognitive function. But you can see how stacking all these foods, right, and powders into a shake can give you something that can offer oftentimes more nutrient density than food, even if you kind of have to push yourself in terms of the palate, right? This isn't my ideal way to go about it. I like something that I can chew. Often people are willing to put, incorporate a shake into their diet. Initially, we do 2 shakes, but it's all by design.